Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ultimate Freedom Guide channel, where we unlock multiple levels of freedom, financial, emotional, and creative by exploring the tools and the strategies that help you thrive in a changing world. Remember, what you don't know can hurt you, but what you learn from here might just set you free. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to be here long today. I just want to say, what have I been saying? What have I been saying? The shift is here. The shift isn't coming. The shift is here. And what do I mean by that? Robinhood has just done one of the greatest things in modern day finance. What did they do? They have bridged Wall Street to Web3. They have tokenized over 500 stocks and ETFs. So let me briefly, quickly share with you this article. Not the whole thing, just a little bit. And a little bit. Robinhood CEO just predicted tokenization will eat the whole financial system. I just want to stop right there. There are so many people that I personally know, and this is why I'm bringing it to you guys. Because somewhere out there, someone is at home watching this video saying, me, I can change my life around. I can change my life around simply by educating myself, simply by getting the proper tools that I need to change my life, right? Eat the whole financial system, but private companies aren't ready for what comes next. Let's continue. Let's continue. For retail investors watching from the sidelines as venture capital firms and institutional players feast on pre-IPO gains, Tokenization offers a tantalizing promise, a world where trading shares of private companies like OpenAI and SpaceX becomes as seamless as buying publicly traded stocks. But getting there requires solving problems that have nothing to do with technology and everything to do with convincing skeptical private companies to embrace real-time price discovery. The tokenization thesis, why this time really is different. Tenna's bullish outlook rests on straightforward premise. Tokenization will unlock unprecedented entrepreneurship and capital formation by democratizing access to private markets. The benefits of this shift are anticipated to be increased entrepreneurship, more capital formation, and resulting drive and innovation, he told CNBC on October 2nd, emphasizing Robinhood's goal to keep the U.S. at the center of global economic innovation. I'm just going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there because I'm letting you know what is happening. Robinhood is using EU as the testing ground, to see how bridging Wall Street to Web3 is going to look like here in the U.S. In the U.S., we're struggling with Congress and regulation and stupidity all around because they have done something very clever, which they always do. Convince the average citizen to fight over the dumbest things possible. We're still fighting about shit from 1,000 years ago. But that's a plan. That's the agenda. See, blockchain has been around for what, 15 years now, give or take? Regulation for it is moving even slower, right? AI has overtook everything because you can't stop AI right now. It's moving so fast that it's just moving fast in the regulation. They were able to hold blockchain back. Lawsuits, not paying it any attention, not moving anything through Congress. But now it's happening. And what happens when things are tokenized, it just makes things more efficient. You take away the hours, the market hours. Now we can trade, when things are tokenized, we can trade them 24 hours a day. We get global access to almost every type of stock. Imagine you don't have to get into a Chinese exchange to trade Chinese stocks. You can actually just go online and on a crypto exchange on Robinhood or anything and just trade freely, globally. You can invest in buildings being built in Dubai. That's what tokenization is doing. It's going to allow people to be able to trade globally 24 hours a day. No market hours, no middlemen, just you, your money, and tokens. And you don't need thousands of dollars to do it. It's fractionalized, meaning that the shares that cost $10, you can buy pennies to the dollar of that and get ownership in that. This is what tokenization is all about. Decentralizing, democratizing finance the way it's supposed to be. Unfortunately, sadly, most people that I encounter on a regular basis are stuck on stupid. And it's whatever, man. I'm telling you right now, opportunity is everywhere. And it's happening, as my brother would say, as he uses his greatest FOMO on our conversations every time we talk on the phone, that this is one of the biggest shifts in financial history, and it's never probably going to happen again in your lifetime. So you have to take advantage of it now. And EU, the European Union, is a testing ground. And we're going to see what happens with the stocks and ETFs. And then what's next on the dinner plate is real estate. And when that happens, oh my goodness, everything's going to change. Unfortunately, the caveat to that is people are going to lose their jobs. When you get rid of the middleman to create more efficiency, to have less paperwork, what happens is that people will lose their jobs. Let me put my phone on silent. People will lose their jobs. But what everybody wants cheaper prices. You want the products and services that you use to be more economical. And the only way that's possible is you have to get rid of the fluff. And AI and distributed technology is getting rid of the fluff. And we're seeing that right now with tokenization. And so I want everybody to be prepared of the coup of the century. Be prepared for the murkiest scam. If y'all know what song that is, put that in the comments. And it's happening. And I want people to pay attention. I want families that you don't need thousands of dollars to be able to partake in this opportunity shift. What you do need is an education. This is unlike anything that's ever happened before, right? When they created the Fed, a lot of people didn't understand the monetary system. They still don't. They created an inflationary monetary system with inflationary, the hidden tax. And so you're being taxed upon tax upon tax, and people just, for some reason, I was talking about property tax on one of my channels, and people just love being taxed for some reason. Well, we need taxes to pay for this. We need taxes to pay for that. No, you need an efficient government. You need efficiency. You don't need waste. You don't need huge ass governments in your state creating all these random jobs that is eating away your taxes. You just don't need it. You just don't need it. There are better ways to do it. This is not the only way. And we're seeing that happening right now. People think this is the only way to do things. No, man. The only thing constant in the universe is change. You got to understand that. And if you don't understand it, then you're going to be stuck. Almost broke my glasses. They're going to be stuck trying to keep traditional finance alive, or whatever you're trying to keep alive, and it's not going to happen that way. Things are going to change. Your 401 is going to be tokenized. Your Roth is going to be tokenized. Your everything's going to be tokenized. Why? Because it makes more sense. Identity theft, fraud, all that stuff is going to be almost at zero soon. I would say within 5 years. When they put your social security, your identity on the blockchain, and only you have access and you'll be able to release it. I need you guys to pay attention. Once it hits real estate, the game is done. We're going to see new home designs. We're going to see experimental home designs. We're going to see things that we've never seen before, because developers do not have to depend on traditional financing to get their ideas commissioned. They're no longer just stuck in with US money. Now they have global money. It's happening. And I want you at home to benefit from it. And Robinhood just did something that I think we should just be talking about. First of all, I love Robinhood, right? I love Robinhood. I'm going to digress for a second. I love Robinhood because me and my brother started trading in 2010. We used to trade penny stocks and options and everything else in between. And we started trading on E-Trade. And E-Trade is a great platform. I still trade on E-Trade. But when I started teaching people how to trade, this when Robinhood came into be. I can't remember exactly the year, maybe 2015, 2016. I think maybe 2018, because I think that's when we really got into crypto. And I remember Robinhood. We got into options and everything. Anyway, so I would tell people to get on Robinhood because Robinhood had a better UI. It was very user friendly. It was so easy for me to teach people how to trade options through Robinhood. I just love the user interface. And every time I go on Robinhood, I'm not on there often, but every time I go on Robinhood, I see all the new stuff that they're adding. I'm like, man, Robinhood is good. They got a nice interest bearing accounts on their platform. I actually just like Robinhood, and I like what they're doing. They're being innovative. They're not waiting. They're not waiting for the U.S. to regulate some shit. They're over there saying, you know, we're gonna do this in Europe. Then we're gonna do it in Europe, and let Europe be the testing ground. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to keep this video short. What I want to do is just expose you to the information. Just expose you to the information so you can see for yourself, and you need to continue to read on. You need to educate yourself. And that is the premise of this channel, right? Educate yourself, get the knowledge, follow the breadcrumbs, so then you can therefore take advantage. You can position yourself. You can leverage your knowledge to take advantage and get into things before everyone starts talking about it. All right. Because once your neighbor that you know is an idiot starts talking about something, then you know it's already too late. It's already too late. Your idiot neighbor's in it. Okay. So guys, if you like the information that I am disseminating, please subscribe, like the video, and hit that notification bell. Me and my brother do have a monetary bet that we have to put out a video, long form, at least once a week. And I am quite busy. As you know, I'm a mortgage loan officer and I'm a realtor and educator. So I do a lot of different things. I'm busy, but I want to reach out to you because my circle, the people that are around me, I don't know. I need to start scuba diving again. I haven't done that in a while. I need to get back out. I just bought a bow. I'm taking up archery. So, maybe when I get around, different people, because they're not hearing it. They're not hearing it, but you will. That's why I appreciate you. So ladies and gentlemen, in case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Talk to you soon.